I'm Nathan Judah, and I'm here with special celebrity guest with Keno been away. See us on camera. Oh, here he is! Here he is, Mr. Joe Edwards!
Hello.
He's back, how's it going?
I'm alright, mate. My hair's a bit shorter, I've probably got a few more pounds on, but I'm here, I'm still alive.
But the most important thing, mate, is we've missed detailed analysis, so now we've brought the big guns on.
No, Keno's been doing a brilliant job. Less ramblings than you knows, but yeah, I'm happy to step in for one day out.
Well, it's great to see you, mate. It's great to see that you came today. You've brought light onto the stadium. Wolverhampton Wanderers 4, Spurs 2. I know Spurs were back in the game a couple of times, but there was only one side who were going to win this today, and it was Wolves, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think every time that Spurs pulled one back, it almost felt a bit unjust. I mean, we've just been discussing off camera, Spurs are poor in that.
Terrible.
They're ropey, to say the least.
Yeah.
But
good time to play them in between the Frankfurt games.
But that's not to take anything away from what Wolves have done today. I thought across the pitch they've done really well, and obviously, you know, a couple of the goals, that Larson can't really miss. But I thought relatively they were quite clinical when they got the chances, and certainly looked more of a threat. I mean, good performances across the park. Agbadou, that sprint,
He loves it. Loves it, mate. He's a new Den Donkey.
Honestly,
works.
It's brilliant. Andre, and it's first time for me being here this season in the flesh and seeing Agbadou up close and Andre up close. I mean, Andre, the amount of ground he covers,
amazing.
It is something to behold. Same with Manetti, and he's a bit more of a foil, isn't he? Manetti doesn't do so much on the ball, but kind of allows others to express themselves by the sheer running he does. And no, I think a thoroughly deserved 3 points. Anything less would have been, unjust, and a good, well-deserved victory.
Someone like Ryan Aït-Nouri, who's bubbled under a little bit, I would say, this season, hasn't quite hit the heights to get his goal. I mean, Vicario had a bit of a shocker today, I think, a goal for Spurs, but at the same time, to get his goal, his ticket was up. I thought some really good crosses in there. Got the assist, of course, for Strand Larsen as well. Standing ovation when he went off. That's the kind of game we want to see more of Ryan Aït-Nouri, because he is world class on his day.
When you get him forward and get him running at people, that's the last thing you want, isn't it, as a defender? And he started off in a fantastic way by scoring so early on, and then kind of carried on from there, really. And I mean, just that kind of sheer relentlessness kind of puts the pressure on Romero. Of course, Romero dropped a Rick to let him through, but then he gets past him, puts the ball on the play for Larsen to make it free, and he was really good today. I think, to a man, they performed well across the pitch. A fully deserved victory, but yeah, Aït-Nouri, to see him chipping in with goals and assists again, that's certainly more like it. 5 goals in 4 games for Jurgen Strand Larsen, only 1 more goal and he will equal Raul Jimenez's first season at Wolves, which is quite incredible, really, for the impact that he has made. He's done really well, and I think he's one of them where you look at him like for what you expect from somebody who's probably 6'3", 6'4", probably isn't that big target man that you expect him to be, like a Chris Wood or someone like that, but he brings others into play. He's always an option, and he gets his rewards again by just being in the right place at the right time. I really like him. I think he brings a lot to the team. He's selfless, he works hard, and I think one thing that being here that I've noticed today, I think obviously the fans are really behind Vitor, but this is the most united it's felt since Nuno, and hopefully that can continue into next season. We have a good summer and can get the right players in, but everybody seems to be singing from the same hymn sheet, and there's a real kind of team spirit, team ethic, and long may that continue.
If Matheus Cunha was to design a play today, he would say, right, I want a one-on-one in front of the South Bank to make my celebration, make my point and score a goal, and that's exactly what he did. I mean, look, Matheus Cunha on the pitch and off the pitch, different characters, but at the same time, as we've always said, he is a world-class striker, and you wouldn't want the ball to fall to anyone else, would you?
No, I mean, you never doubted it, did you? Once he was bearing in on goal, you just thought that this is a formality, that he's going to score this. Nice little kiss of the badge and stuff like that, just to kind of, as you say, re-emphasise the point. I mean, social media, as we know, is a dangerous game, and maybe something's got misconstrued somewhere. Who knows? But you like to see him do his talking on the pitch, and he's done that today. Look, whether he'll be gone in the summer, I reckon he probably is. You'd imagine probably a Man United, something like that. He'll be kind of whether he's not the man for them, but he'll be one of the two in behind the main striker for them. But enjoy him while he's still here, and you know, when he can come on and do stuff like that, let's kind of make the most of him while he's still in the Wolves shirt, I'd say.
4 Premier League wins in a row, the first time ever in the Premier League era, including under Nuno, the first time in the top flight since 1972. Wow. Joe, I mean, what an impression and what an impact Vitor Pereira has made to this side.
He's been fantastic. I was just discussing, I've been here with my dad today, and I remember having the conversation with him about Christmas time under O'Neill, and I was certain we were down. I was absolutely certain of it. I would have put my house on it, and I'm glad I didn't.
No, what if it's not?
But Vitor's come in, and he's been a breath of fresh air. I mean, just even the little things like going down the pub,
down the Gifford, down the Weathers.
Yeah, exactly.
Spoons.
First the points, then the pints.
Yeah.
And as I say, this is the most. Of course, everybody who comes here every week will be able to tell me better, but from the outside looking in, this is the most united it's felt since Nuno, and you know, he certainly seems to say the right things. I like his honesty, how he was just kind of forthright in the press conference before the match saying, this is my team, and Cunha's not coming straight back in. You do wonder if it's a bit of double bluffing and stuff, but no, he stuck to his guns, and he's a breath of fresh air and a real kind of man who's made a connection with the fans.
So there's a few people who missed out today, there's a few injuries, so we'll see whether Matheus Cunha returns. You know, Bellegarde went off, but Manchester United away, I tell you what, Matheus Cunha will be desperate to play, and you know, Wolves go to Manchester United on Easter Sunday now, then at Leicester at home here. I mean, we're talking about 4 in a row, but it wouldn't surprise me if they go to Old Trafford and win, and then you're looking at 5-6 in a row. This is quite insane.
Well, just looking at the table, and obviously United have got to play as we were about to speak. We're only 3 points behind them.
They're still in Europe as well.
Yeah, so. Only 2 points behind Spurs, and which on today's evidence you can see why, because they're not what they should be. Obviously, overtook West Ham now on goal difference.
16th, baby.
So yeah, it's you know, the heady heights of 13th.
Yeah,
we could be talking
amazing.
about in a few weeks, but you know, to think where we were just a matter of months ago is crazy. And you know, as you say, going to Old Trafford, nothing to fear. Obviously, got the freedom now just to kind of go out and enjoy those games. And you know, there's some players, I guess, who want to make points going into next season. You know, your Rodrigo Gomez is coming back from injury, and you know, whether a Hwang wants to make sure he's here for the long term and stuff like that. So you know, there's still a lot of stuff to play for, and you know, the further up you can finish up in the table, extra few quid in the bank, it all helps.
It's like, Joe Edwards, you've never been away. There will be a clamour for Edwards to be in till the end of the season. Give it to him. Give him the job till the end of the season. Wolverhampton Wanderers for Spurs 2. For all the post-match reaction, make sure you log on to expressanstar. Can you remember what I did?
.com.